Oh, heavy in front? No.
There's a medic.
It's definitely a heavy there. I can hear the dumbfire. Oh, we got an NG behind as well, the turret. Careful.
Good morning guys and welcome. I'm Wolfman and today I want to talk about crowd control and how it can drastically affect the outcome of a fight. In this video I'll show footage from Mag performed in a battle bus, but you could just as well perform the following task in a harasser, a lightning or even an aircraft. Now before we start off, there's a common misunderstanding regarding the two terms when it either comes to farming or crowd control. First of all, farming is the concept when you artificially try to keep a fight alive for as long as possible in order to maximize the outcome of your crops. You never attempt to win the fight, which means that you're never an asset to your faction at the fight. You see, you're only present at the fight in order to farm and in order to maximize your XP and your cert gain. Crowd control, on the other hand, is the ability to deny the enemy access to certain areas of a fight. You seek to end the fight as quickly as possible through either sheer force or by the usage of psychological warfare. Crowd control should always be viewed as a direct aid when it comes to maintaining control over a point. Farming, on the other hand, shouldn't.
Two light assaults, high left.
Holy sh!
What the hell? What are you doing?
Falling back.
Oh, 2-2.
When trying to understand the concept of crowd control, an important step is to adapt your mentality on the battlefield, especially when it comes to how you deal with the threat of an enemy. The mindset you need to understand with crowd control is that we attempt to deal with the enemy before they ever get near a point. We attempt to deal with the problem at the root of its cause. With this idea in mind, let's take a look at some of the theoretical tools we'll use when we engage in combat.
You don't need sides, you just need a million flak things.
First of all, we can attempt to reduce the quantity of enemies. The fewer enemies that make it to A point, the less of a chance they have of gaining control of A point through sheer manpower. If we per se have 2 squads of enemies fighting us at a base, but only a single squad makes it into A point, then we have effectively cut the enemy's effective force in half. The second tool we'll be using is creating a distraction. If you put a distraction in front of a person, he'll be forced into a situation where he has to make a choice. Does he either attempt to deal with the threat you're opposing, but lose valuable time on the clock when it comes to retaking A point? Does he ignore you and attempt to rush past you, but with the chance of getting killed by your hand? Or does he opt to take a massive detour that circumvents you completely but is heavily time consuming? Most players won't be able to make the right call if you put them into a stressful situation. They'll often make the wrong call unless they have a lot of experience in dealing with crowd control units. Further capitalizing on the stress of an enemy can make an otherwise brilliant infantry player into a nerve wreck of constant mistakes and misjudgment.
Hitting Lala. Yep, he's down.
Okay, I'm gonna try and push in.
Gonna try and get skillet. Loading. Left side. Back up.
Yep. Just doing that.
There's 3 falcons to the left.
Going in again.
Back up.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't go off.
Denying access to certain areas of a fight is a crucial part of applying pressure on the enemy. If you can maintain the pressure on the enemy, you can force them into a psychological state of mind where they either repeat the same mistakes until they have lost the base, or will be forced to call in massive reinforcements in order to apply damage control on the base in an attempt to retake it.
New couple of reps, keep going.
Run away!
That was very stupid, Wolf.
I'll redeploy it.
But I got so many kills. Oh,
Lightning front. Go forward.
No. Putting these theoretical tools into a practical use can be very hard, especially if you don't have a lot of experience in analyzing the battlefield. Therefore, I want to showcase the effect that crowd control can have at a fight if the enemy doesn't deal with you effectively, and how these 3 tools can affect the enemy's decision at the fight. In the following clip, the battle bus crew I was working with had no communication or even any idea of who was holding A point, but we still managed to hold off a sizable outpop for a long period of time before we were finally forced to retreat due to overwhelming enemy outpop and a lack of bullets. I've been Wolfman, and I'll see you next time. Right side, inside the building, there's heavy. Left side.
Yeah, hold on.
Shoot it. What?
No angle.
Like on the bridge. You're probably
Light assault coming.
Wait, yeah.
Bye.
He just went splat.
They're pissed.
Yeah, very pissed.
They're throwing frag nades at us.
Another one.
Oh,
Got him.
Tangwise behind us. Yep, that guy.
More tag mines.
Here's good.
One of you stay in.
That dude ran over his own tag mines.
Half ammo on both of us.
Yeah, we're down to 144, so it should be fine.
Loading. I get the feeling they're upset.
Ah, just a smith.
Loading.
That's alright.
Oh, headshot. That'll do it.
But we got lightning coming in front of us.
Reloading.
Yeah, let's just
Up.
take him.
No, he's
boom.
dead.
Yep.
Instant flattening from the lib.
Yep.
Mine's right over the edge, careful.
Yep, they're by building.
No angle.
I know.
Blown
Ooh.
most of the mines, I think.
This guy behind us, heavy.
Did I do it seriously?
Just shoot.
Yeah.
and repel.
I can't.
Did you see that guy
There
in
we
the
go.
turret up on you?
Yeah, not clever. Oh, so many, so many.
Oh, they're resupplying.
Mine. Yep. It's funny, the minute we went down for a sec.
8 bullets.
21. Go on, go and expend them all, then jump out. You know you want to.
Just gonna pull out and repair quickly. Because there are a lot of them coming.
Okay, slapped me.
12 plus magazine for me.
I got 8 total. That's because I've been shooting when you've been repping.
Yeah, up there.
Loading.
I got 4.
One guy immediately to the right as we go through.
Max.
Oh,
I'm out.
mad. Oh, they're mad.
Got him,
I'm
got
out.
him. Yeah, they're very mad. Everything is AV up here now. Let's fuck off before they kill us, just to be really twatty.